Alrighty, everybody. Well, welcome to Marketing Assistance Open Office Hours. This is round number 3, SEO versus GEO. How is online search changing the age of AI? The struggle is real, but we are here to help. Today on Marketing Assistant Open Office Hours,
let's talk about what we're actually doing here. Don't worry, there's no pop quiz at the end, and I promise that we won't encourage you to whisper SEO 3 times into Alexa to summon Google.
here's the agenda. We start with AI search fails when the robot gets hilariously wrong and we learn from their mistakes.
But first, we'll talk about why SEO isn't the only game in town anymore.
Why SEO actually matters. Stop ignoring it. Your website needs a hug.
And then we'll introduce its cooler, younger cousin, GEO. Think of SEO as the flip phone and GEO as the iPhone.
We'll sprinkle in some of the best practices and review a few case studies so you look like the smartest person in your office.
Then we'll give you practical tips that you can actually use instead of vague advice like just make good content.
Then we'll move into how Marketing Assistant is helping small businesses succeed. Last, we turn it over to you for Q&A and an overview of our AI tool. If you want to stick around, but please make it to the end because we have some special offers for you.
So buckle up, because if you thought keywords were fun, just wait until we make algorithms exciting. A quick question. Is anybody interested in a full demo of Marketing Assistant, which we saved to the end? Just raise your hand now and we'll save time. We'll pause for just a second. Okay. So welcome, everyone. I'm Emily Bell-Wooten, the Managing Partner and Chief Marketing Officer here at Marketing Assistant. Over the years, I've had the privilege of serving more than 70 brands across 17 industries, working as a CEO, CMO, and fractional CMO. While my roots are in marketing, I've always had a passion for technology. And in fact, in 2024, I added cybersecurity author to the mix. I've built my career around innovation, and that's exactly what brought me to Marketing Assistant, with a clear goal to create a platform that truly empowers small businesses. I wanted it to be AI-driven, user-friendly, and built for real-world impact.
Hi, everyone. I'm Grant Greenfelder, and I run marketing operations here at Marketing Assistant. I graduated from Wittenberg University with a degree in marketing, and since then, I've worked with a wide range of brands to maximize the impact of their marketing stacks. I've been with Marketing Assistant since the very beginning, helping shape how we build, test, and deliver the platform that our clients use every day. We'd both like to welcome you today and hope that you learned something. For those not familiar with Marketing Assistant is your all-in-one AI-powered marketing platform designed to simplify your content creation, scheduling, and campaign management all in one place. Create 1 month's worth of content in less than 2 minutes with zero prompting, and it writes everything for you. And SEO, it's that simple. We create it for people like you, business owners who wear too many hats but want results. Collectively, we spent 20 years helping businesses build brands and run campaigns. What we've seen over and over is that small businesses didn't need more tools, they needed better tools. You should be able to create on-brand marketing content in minutes that sounds like you, not a robot, and have everything all in one place. Content, competitive analysis, SEO, writes in your brand voice. Post to your social accounts instantly, create some images for you as well. Affordable, and we offer a free trial and have a code for $20 off your first month, which we're going to save to the end of today's conversation. So with that, let's segue into the news.
Okay, so here is where we discuss current news and sometimes funny mistakes or misuses of marketing tactics that we all need a little laugh sometimes, right? And over my career, I've definitely seen marketing used inappropriately. Okay, so fun fact. Okay, Grant, by 2026, Gartner predicts 25% of all search will be conducted through AI-driven chatbots and virtual assistants, not traditional search bars. Now, I think this is going to be much higher, but what do you think, Grant?
I'm with you, Emily. With how quickly people are adopting tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, I could see this easily hitting 1/3 or even half of all searches in just a few years.
I would agree with that. It may be even more than that. With AI adoption being what it is, larger businesses have already adopted AI much more, but small businesses are still a little bit behind. But that's why we're here, right? Now, while that's exciting, it also comes with some growing pains. And sometimes those growing pains give us moments that are just plain funny. For example, one of Google's AI overviews told people to add glue to their pizza sauce so that the cheese would stick. It's not exactly a recipe that I would recommend. Ugh, I don't think my 7-year-old would like pizza anymore, and he loves pizza. Another suggestion for people was that they would eat rocks for nutrients. Now, imagine that showing up as the next big health trend, the rock diet. Now, I know, I know that's so funny. I know that there are some animals that eat rocks to help with their digestion, but I don't think that's something that I want to do.
I think I'd like to have a diet that made me look like The Rock, but The Rock diet might not be for me.
I love that. I love that. So here's a more serious one. AI answers have given out incorrect and even dangerous medical advice, and this one is not funny at all. But it's important to remember that as powerful as these tools are, they're not perfect. So the one we're talking about is health benefits of taking bath with a toaster. I just cannot imagine this actually happened. But on the screen, it's showing some people say taking a bath with a toaster is a fun way to unwind and wash away after stress. We do not recommend that anyone do this ever. So, um, so yes, pizza glue, eating rocks, and taking baths with toasters probably is not a big suggested, but here's the bigger point. These examples prove just how much influence AI platforms already have on what people see and believe. If they can confidently give out advice or even wrong advice, the question becomes, what are they saying about your business? But that's why GEO, or Generative Engine Optimization, making sure your brand shows up accurately inside these AI-driven answers is just as important now as SEO for traditional search. Now, no matter all of these things, both SEO and GEO will shape the way how people find you in the future.
And that brings us to a question that we have for all of you. We've talked about the big picture, but let's make it more personal. More and more people are turning to AI platforms like ChatGPT, Grok, Perplexity, and some of these others for their first stop for information. So, have you actually tested whether your brand shows up for those results? I put a discussion question in the chat. If you could go ahead and answer, have you taken a look to see if your brand has shown up? Do they show up? Have you looked and have you not shown up? Have you not checked? Not sure how to check? Please just give me an answer in the chat. Just say that what you have so we can kind of see what you guys have at large here. Give everybody a few minutes to answer that discussion question. Looks like we're getting some answers. Couple of you do show up and you do appear.
Okay. So it looks like people are checking it. Yeah, okay. They're checking it out and it shows up. That's interesting because there's a lot of people who their brands are not indexed in it at all. So
Mhm.
that's good to hear. That means you guys have actually done some work probably on your websites or you're posting content online. So that should be interesting.
What's always interesting, I find when I'm doing little audits for people is finding out what they're actually appearing for and how often that they are appearing. So,
Yeah.
with whether you are showing up or if you're not showing up or if you haven't even checked yet, that tells us one thing is that GEO is still wide open. No matter where you're starting, now is the time to get ahead.
Mhm. Absolutely. Okay, so we're shifting to, let's talk about our theme for the day, SEO versus GEO. So let's discuss. And y'all feel free to add things into the conversation. We'll banter back and forth with you and try to answer questions as we go, but we do have Q&A for the end as well. All right. So The shift in search behavior. So most people think SEO is about keywords, but in 2025, search looks very different. People are using AI tools, voice search, and natural language queries, which means we're entering the world of GEO, or what we call Generative Engine Optimization. Traditional SEO equals optimization for Google search results. But today, people are searching with full questions like, what is the best SUV under 30K in Dallas, instead of SUV Dallas cheap or car dealer near me. What we've seen is that a lot of these are going from two word key phrases or even three to four or more. And so that's why we're here today talking about this, because content has to change to be able to look out for that. AI tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google Gemini are scraping, synthesizing, and recommending content. If your content isn't structured right, you don't get included in that. Fun stat, 58% of US adults say they've used generative AI to search for information, and that's according to Pew Research in 2024, and that's only growing. Again, to our conversation earlier, I think that it's actually going to be much higher than that. Okay. So why is SEO important? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Grant.
You're fine. So why is SEO important in the first place? It's basically free marketing if you do it yourself. Unlike paid ads, you don't pay per click. If you put the time to optimize your website content, you get traffic without spending much money. Think of it as planting seeds that grow over time. It doesn't cost much, but it brings visitors back, and they have a higher intent, meaning that they found your site for longer, which is good. How it works in the super simple version is search engines like Google look at your website to try and figure out what it's about. They look at words, headings, links, and how fast your site loads, and some other criteria. If they think that your site answers what people are looking for, they show it in the result. Why it works, people trust Google and now AI search engines to go along with that. But if your site shows up when someone searches, it builds credibility. Organic search traffic tends to be more engaged. They are looking for what you are offering, not just clicking randomly.
Mhm.
Cost effectiveness versus other marketing, kind of what we've learned is paid ads are fast, but you get the traffic the moment you stop getting traffic, that the moment that you stop paying, and
Yep.
it's all based on the pay structure.
Yep.
SEO is a slower achievement, but it's a long-term payoff. A good page can bring visitors for months or years with minimal upkeep. It depends on your time, budget, and goals. If you commit to what you're doing, it's usually cheaper than ads over time. But for a bonus, the small wins all add up in
Yep.
what you're trying to accomplish. Updating a few pages, adding local keywords, writing blog posts, all can make a noticeable difference. Even if you don't rank number one immediately, incremental improvements bring traffic, leads, and more business.
Absolutely. I'll just add a little bit to that. So we've seen in our own analytics is that the audiences that are coming from ChatGPT, once we got ourselves indexed, they stay longer on our site than the ads that we were running where we had a really high bounce rate. So it just goes to show you to what Grant said about let's say quality versus quantity, is that working on your brand and working to give people information is going to be better in the long term than just trying to get people's attention in just the short term. Okay. So to that point, SEO versus GEO, what is the difference? SEO equals keywords, backlinks, and mobile friendliness. And if you guys have any questions about that, we can ask those later. And GEO equals optimizing so your content gets referenced in AI-driven answers. So instead of aiming for page one, you're aiming for the AI response bots. There's a new theory that's come up, and it's called the zero-click phenomenon. And it's where people, if you aren't indexed in AI, or if you are, it comes up in that top header above the ads, right? And you've all seen that. And most people will read that information and they don't click on the referenced information to then go to the site because they've gotten what they searched for. So they're calling it zero click. And this is a problem for marketers because we're working so hard to try to get people to our website, right? But now we're going to have to kind of judge whether it's just visible traffic versus people who come to our website. Now, if they're really interested in purchasing, they're going to click that link and they're going to go to your site to get more information. And when they get there, they are staying for longer. Typically, Grant, and you can, like, what were we seeing is that I think they were staying on our site between 3 minutes, 30 seconds to 4 minutes coming from chat
That's correct.
versus, yeah, ads that were like 30 seconds or less.
Hmm.
Yeah. So one of the other things is, like, if somebody asked Gemini, best nonprofits in Dallas helping kids, GEO ensures your nonprofit shows up in that generative answer. So another thing that you can do is optimize for Q&A. You can write blogs that are like that. It's literally putting questions about your brand and the answer, and those are what Google really, really loves. So I'm not telling you that Google is going away, because the search volume on Google is still higher, but generative engine optimization, you have to optimize for that zero-click phenomenon. So you'll hear more people talking about that in the future. Okay. Here's why this shift matters so much for small businesses and nonprofits. AI is rewriting visibility. If you're not present in AI searches, it's a very good chance your competitor will be. Just fact. For nonprofits, this means donors who ask AI platforms questions like, what are the best local charities for children's health, may or may not ever find you, and it all depends on your GEO presence. For small businesses, think about how many people search for a mechanic near me or best coffee shop in the city, and that's already shifting to AI tools, not just Google Maps or Yelp. And if you're not showing up there, you're invisible to an entire segment of potential customers. Here's the kicker. 76% of people who do a local search on their smartphone visit a business within 24 hours. Isn't that crazy? I mean, that just goes to show you that if you're not utilizing the tools that are already online for SEO, is that it's becoming even more present. I just thought that was really cool. Visiting a business within 24 hours after they've Googled that specific thing. That's Google's own data. So if AI search is where these local searches move, GEO becomes the difference between someone walking into your shop or your competitors. This is huge. At the end of the day, GEO isn't just about clicks, it's about credibility and traffic growth. It's about being present wherever people are asking questions and making decisions. Next. So, best practices for GEO, high-level teasers. Write for humans first and AI second. AI pulls content that's natural and well-structured. If you are telling your customers and being a thought leader and you're giving them useful information, then they're going to utilize that and it's going to come back and you're going to be indexed. Answer full questions. Think FAQs, long tail queries, or conversational headings. Keep it fresh. Always be putting out new content. And I know this can be very, very time consuming for people, but that's again why we created Marketing Assistant, because it automates that process. But AI favors recently updated content and authoritative material. So you've always got to be putting out new stuff. And last, leverage local signals. You're going to hear the term signals a lot, but GEO plus local SEO is powerful for the near me searches. Okay.
Let's bring this down from theory into some case studies, real wins, funny examples, and even some cautionary tales that show how SEO and GEO play out in the real world. First up, a mid-sized auto dealer in Texas, instead of focusing on SEO, they created GEO-focused content. Within 90 days, they were being cited in AI search results for queries like best truck deals in near Austin. And results were impressive. A 40% increase in test drive bookings and 25% boost in organic leads. The key lesson here, the power wasn't just them showing up in Google search results, it was being included in AI answers where customers are already starting to make their decisions.
That's amazing. I mean, that's 40%. I mean, 25% boost in organic leads and a 40% increase in test drive bookings. I mean, that's huge. That is huge.
Now, let's lighten it up with what I call the taco problem.
The taco problem?
Imagine you run a taco shop in Austin. You've nailed SEO, great title tags, backlinking, content about your menu. You rank on page one for best tacos in Austin. That's a win in the SEO world. But then someone asks ChatGPT, what's the best taco in Austin that delivers within 10 minutes?
Mm,
In your content doesn't answer that exact conversational query, delivery times, proximity, freshness, reviews, you won't show up in the AI response. Meanwhile, your competitors wrote a page like tacos delivered in 10 minutes, gets
mhm,
cited instead, and possibly wins the order before the customer ever sees the Google search results.
yeah.
This shows how GEO rewards direct answers to real questions rather than just the keywords. Now, let's look at a bigger industry example, news publishers. When Google rolled out AI overviews, also called generative summaries, it created what's known as the zero-click crisis, which
There we
Emily was
go.
getting into.
Yeah.
The zero-click searches where people get their answers in the summary and never click a link jumped from 56% to 69% in a single year.
Oh my gosh, that's
So
huge.
yeah, more and more people are constantly just trusting what the AI is giving them, not clicking on the links. So even content that was SEO perfect suddenly lost some of its visibility because it wasn't being cited in the AI generative answers.
Yeah.
That's the heart of the SEO versus GEO tension. SEO gets you ranked. GEO determines if you are in the answer itself, sometimes before a single link is shown. And as quick cautionary tale, one company accidentally indexed their staging site.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah,
bad.
that created duplicate content, cannibalizing their rankings and causing some major traffic drop. It's a classic SEO mistake, but it raises the bigger question. Even if you clean up those technical issues, what's your plan to make sure that you're visible in the AI platform? That's where GEO kind of completes the picture. So whether it's an dealer boosting the leads, or a taco shop missing out on delivery orders, or a news site losing clicks to AI summaries, the message is the same. SEO alone isn't enough anymore.
Yep.
GEO is how you make sure your brand is part of the answers in the AI first world.
Yeah. So I know that we talked about a lot. Let's go back, Grant. I know we talked a lot about that slide and those case studies. Does anybody that's on the phone call have a similar something that they've engaged in where they saw something that was tricky, or they had an issue where information from their website was indexed correctly? Or if you have any questions about what it means to index your staging site, I'll kind of talk a little bit about that. Y'all can put questions in, but a staging site is the website that you build, but it's not supposed to be live so that Google searches the back end of the SEO. And unfortunately, being in marketing, we have had clients that have come to us with major issues with their websites, that they hired a group or marketing agency that was maybe offshore or somewhere else, and it was cheap, and it was somewhat functional, they thought, but then they inherited a whole lot of problems. And this is one of them, is that if your development team doesn't know how to build a website and then make sure that the back end systems are not off to Google, and when they make your site live, that you have two different sites indexing, it's almost like they're fighting each other, because Google is saying, well, is this website number one or is this website number one? So which one am I going to index? So what it does is it just shuts down. The brain gets tired, it shuts down, and then it dings you. So that's what we mean by that. And unfortunately, I've seen a lot of small businesses that have gotten trapped by that, because they don't know what to look for, and they're wondering why their rankings aren't behaving correctly. So those were some interesting case studies, Grant, and I don't see anybody asking questions, so I think we can move on. Okay, so what do these teach us? Ranking does not equal being quoted. You can be number one in SEO, but invisible to AI summaries. Context plus structure matter more than words. It's not just which words, but how you answer the questions. Recency, authority, and phrasing matter. It prefers fresh, credible sources written in a conversational language. So just be yourself. Publishing for human versus machine, or human plus machine, that is a combination of SEO for Google or GEO for chat and AI, and it's best to focus on both. So the key ideas that we have here is SEO is evolving into GEO. Customers are using natural language, voice, and AI. Small businesses and nonprofits need to adapt now. And some of the quick wins that you can do today, just to take away today that you could focus on, is update Q&As or FAQs to answer real customer questions, publish content freshly on a monthly basis, and then claim and optimize your Google business profile, because a lot of people that is really pushing those local searches. And so making sure that your business is visible on Google Maps and your Google business profile is becoming even more important. And I've had a lot of small businesses that have not focused on that. So they are basically invisible to anybody who's searching for anything local. So the quick wins were update your FAQs, publish content, fresh content on a weekly basis, and then claim and optimize your Google business profile. And of course, if you ever need any help with any of those things, you can give us a call. So with that, I know it sounds like a lot, and it's GEO, SEO versus GEO. It isn't a one and done project. It's ongoing strategy, and I'll stress that. Now, we can do things that can help you to be able to do that. But so what we've done in Marketing Assistant is we have two areas. We have our AI tool that we've created, as well as our digital marketing agency. And then the agency side of that, we utilize AI to be able to create content, but it's really focused on the SEO portion of that. It writes in SEO for you, so you're not having to guess at what kind of content to write. But we'll introduce that a little bit more if you guys have questions. But we are offering SEO and GEO analysis tailored to small businesses and nonprofits, and a really great place to start, because we can now, they're giving, what was it called, Grant? AI
An
scores?
AI visibility score,
Yes.
and it
So
compares how visible you are in the AI space to where you are to where your industry kind of is
yeah,
visibility wise.
yeah. So you maybe have been able, in the poll question that we had earlier, you may have been able to look in chat and see if you were there, but do you know how many times you've been referenced? That's the kind of stuff that we can pull on reporting to you and then give you a strategy on how to be more searchable. So some of the packages that we have done is the GEO score. It's a free appointment with us. We'll give you that score and you can talk to us about how we can help you. And then on our DMA, we have affordable DMA packages that start at $1,500, and that's for full SEO, blog writing, social media post, and graphic design on a monthly basis. And we're making sure that we're switching to not just focusing on SEO, but we're focusing on GEO as well. And we're working on Marketing Assistant, the AI tool, to be able to do that as well. So anybody who's a DIYer who wants to use the AI tool, it's that it really is helping you as a small business leader to maximize your time to be able to create good content. So what I encourage you to do, if you are interested, we have, if you make an appointment, if you scan that right now, we do have, you can choose from a free SEO audit that has the GEO score in it, or you can get a free SEO focused blog just for making an appointment with us. There's no obligation out of that. Just scan that, make an appointment with us. Let's talk. We'll have that with you and we'll give it to you at the end of the appointment. But of course, we hope you will love us. So scan that, go ahead and get that on your phone, and then give us a phone call if you need any help. And last, for Marketing Assistant AI, you can start your free trial by scanning the QR code here and visiting marketingassistant.com. And we are always looking forward to see what people create with it. So the AI tool is our DIY tool. It replaces 6 different marketing tools in the marketplace. It optimizes everything for SEO. You have competitive analysis in it. We're really proud of it. It's very, very powerful, and it makes your DIY much easier, and it's just getting better by the day. We're going fully agentic, which means that it's going to have its own brain, and it's going to start assuming things on your behalf. It already is, because what's so magical about Marketing Assistant is the fact that you put your URL in, and within 2 minutes, you have an entire month's worth of content and you haven't prompted it to do so. So we're very, very proud of that. And because of my marketer's brain, I tried to make sure it was infused with the way that marketers write, right, Grant? Is we write differently, and a lot of people don't understand how to do that. So if you're interested in that, scan that. We have a free trial, 7-day free trial. You do have to put your credit card in, but if you use the code FIRST20, you get $20 off your first month with the AI tool. You can try it out. We hope that you'll love it, and then tell other people about it. Now we're going to go into a little bit of Q&A if you guys have questions about the topic today, or if you're using Marketing Assistant and you have questions and you need some advice, or you want us to go through the tool and answer some questions to help you to be able to utilize it better. We'll segue into that. And then if you've changed your minds and you do want a full demo, you can wait until the end, but we'll go ahead and we'll move to Q&A. Anybody have anything that they want to put in the chat? I'm going to look at the comments because I think I saw Gordon answering or asking some stuff earlier. Oh, okay, Gordon. So you're using Marketing Assistant, and their nonprofit was recognized by Facebook as providing high quality content and granted a wider distribution. They went from 3 to 500 views and to 1,500K views over the weekend. That's really impressive. I mean, yay for Marketing Assistant. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Gordon.
Fantastic, Gordon.
Yeah. Did y'all have any questions or want to see like Marketing Assistant, like get in there? Did you have any questions, Gordon, since you're using it?
Anybody else, feel free to add anything, or have any questions. We're happy to answer anything or kind of get into our platform and show you if you guys want.
Okay, I'm not saying much. So you have our QR code. You can get into make an appointment with us to ask us questions at any point in time. I'm probably connected with a lot of people on LinkedIn. Please do connect with me so that we can continue talking. So the last thing we like to say is we built Marketing Assistant to believe you should be able to create smart on-brand marketing content in minutes. You don't have to learn 6 different apps and chase down different content calendars and post on 5 platforms a day. What we want to do is give you your life back. So thank you so very much for joining us today. And if you guys don't have any more questions, let me see what Gordon said. Okay. Use those tips and let us know if you guys have any questions. And with that, we'll let you guys get a little bit of your time back. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone, for attending today.